You said you didn't, and really the day before that you guys weren't going to focus on the regular season, that's all gone. But kind of interested, this is the first 3-game win streak you guys have had all year. What, maybe switch flipped from the end of that moment until this run that's just kind of...
Now, if I knew that, the answer, I would not be coaching. I would be really, really rich and doing something else because I would have flipped that switch a long time ago in our season. I don't know. But this... As our young ladies, Arnika mentioned, we've had a lot of adversity this year. And the thing that we're experiencing now are the individuals that chose to stick together and hold each other's hands. And I think, it just came down to a lot of frustration when we were coming to Hot Springs. As far, I'm not saying openly frustration, I'm saying internally all of us were frustrated knowing that our regular season was not the kind of season we wanted, and we knew that we had one opportunity left to do something about that. And just a big compliment to these young ladies. They could have laid down on Saturday at noon when we tipped it up and said, well, the season's been what it has been, therefore let's just let it get over with. And instead they chose to go the other way with it and make something of it.
Physically, how are y'all? I mean, 4 games in 4 days, 3 and 3. I mean, how's...
Well, they're 17 to 23 years of age. I don't think they think about stuff like that. And you and I, we'd probably have trouble with 4 games in 4 days. I don't think they really think like that. And I appreciate Arnika complimenting our strength and conditioning coach, Joey Carnes, because he's very hardcore and he's very hard-nosed. And it's kind of a love-hate relationship with Joey because they love the way their body looks. They love the way they're able to perform come game time. But it's a whole lot of hard work to get to where they are today. And so I think we have to compliment our strength and conditioning staff, especially Joey and what he's done with them to get them to this point. And that's why you put in the hours in the summer and in the fall to get to where we are today, to be able to step up and perform tomorrow afternoon in a championship game.
Coach, kind of along those same lines, I mean, when you come into the tournament knowing you have to play on Saturday, there's a potential for playing 4 games in 4 days. I mean, do you kind of adjust routines or how you kind of coach the game or anything like that? Or, I mean, how do you kind of prepare for having to do that when you haven't done it all season?
I'm going to be real honest, and maybe I need to talk to a more experienced coach. I've not prepared for 4 games. We've prepared for 1 game at a time, because if we don't take advantage and get that 1 game, the other 3 aren't going to matter. Or after that 2nd game, the other 2 aren't going to matter. So we've not put a lot of attention ahead. We've put a lot of attention to what we need to do here and now so that we can get ahead and eventually get there. I think it's worked pretty good where we want to be.
Got time for a couple of more questions. We've got one here and one back in the back.
Moving ahead toward tomorrow, Mary, it hasn't really been that long, though it might seem like it's been a while since you guys have been back in this championship game position. I'm just interested, how as someone who's been with this program for a long, long time, how it feels to, have this thing back where Arnika said it and where you said before, where you guys feel like it should be.
How does it feel? It's pretty overwhelming. I mean, as a player, I can even go back to the feeling as a player, and obviously being fortunate to have on a WKU uniform, it's what you put in all the work for. And as a coach, it might be even a little more special to be able to stand on the sidelines and watch a group of young ladies get it done. But I don't know that I can really describe for you to print in words what those feelings are all about. But it's pretty emotional. But like Arnika said, we need to hold it in check until tomorrow afternoon.
Coach, we talked a little bit, and Arnika talked a little bit about you guys being back, but this is the 5th time you've been in a championship game, and Hope and Amy and Arnika, they played in the one in 2008. I wonder, do you guys feel like, even though the whole team doesn't have a ton of experience at this point, that there's enough experience in your locker room that you guys kind of know how to prepare and can get everybody else in line by tomorrow afternoon?
Yeah, I mean, we've made it to where we are. I think, I like what we've got in the locker room from a mentality standpoint. Arnika and Amy and Hope have been very vocal this week, and I think they, like you said, they're playing off of that experience, their first year back in Mobile, but they also they realize that it's a different team this year. That year a lot of attention was on Crystal Kelly, and this year it's been obvious that our attention is kind of spread throughout our team. You can't really focus on one person. We were a very good team in 08, don't get me wrong. Dominique, Kinsey Ridge, Charlotte Marshall, Arnika, Amy, Hope. But at the same time, I think this team's different, and I think these young ladies realize that tomorrow afternoon, it's just like for these first 3 games, it's going to take everybody in uniform to help us get that done.
Coach Cowles, we appreciate it very much.
Thank you.